is that turn the audio all the way down on the mic? Or can they still hear me?
Again? Okay. Yeah. Hey, Shalom Yahweh Baha Shem Yahweh Shabrak to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Litha Baha Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. This is the California Isupk Lashawan Qadash. The Lashawan Qadash stands for Holy Tongue. It's a biblical tongue given to us by the Lord. And since 1969, the Isupk under Commanding General Yohana has been teaching the truth about the Bible as well as the Lashawan Qadash. When you think about the Holy Tongue, when it comes to the American way, Christianity, especially when it comes to Judaized so-called black people, when you think about the Holy Tongue, you think about jumping and going into this trance and saying all types of things. In actuality, that is not the Holy Tongue. That's why you want to get educated on what the Holy Tongue actually is. It's an actual language. The Lord has given us in language. We actually do write it in the ancient, and we do write in the Assyrian. What I do the Hebrew alphabet. If you do need a chart, I can send you one. If you are on Facebook, just put it in the chat that you need one. I'll send one to you via Messenger. If you are watching from YouTube, put your email in, and I can send it to your email. It's no problem. So you can work on it at home. The Lord says, "Study and show thyself approved." So it's an awesome thing to be able to have a language, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that the Lord has given you, and it's actually can be proven in the Bible that is your language that you can take home and you can learn, because we learn so many languages from our oppressors and whoever had us in the captivities that we were in. We learned so many languages, but the Lord has given us a language. And that's why the ISUPK is important, because what they do is they teach you your language again. You learn your history. You learn about the Bible, because what the Bible is the history of the so-called black man, the so-called Hispanic man, the so-called Native American man. But we think it's something else. We have the mysticism of thinking, oh, it's for the white man and all that thing. It's not. You haven't read the Bible. Come into these classes and you'll get some good understanding of the Bible. A lot of things that you don't know about the Bible that are in the Bible, it'll amaze you. You'll be shocked. I'm gonna go ahead and erase this. I'm going to go ahead and erase this right here. I'm going to start with the alphabets. Like I said, if you do need an alphabet chart, I can send you one. It's not a problem. It's like doing the alphabets. If you do have like names and things that you like you want to know in Hebrew, go ahead and put that in the comments. You know, to my best ability, I'll try to work with you. If I don't, I'll have a man above me help me out with that. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and start with the ancient. Let's start with the ancient alphabet. When it comes to the Hebrew, unlike the English language, the English language you write from left to right. In the Hebrew, you write from right to left. And that's how I'm going to start, from right to left. So understand when I'm writing, this is how I start. This is where you start, from right to left. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, tiza, qua, ra, sha, da. Okay, I'm gonna go over the sounds. This is ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, tiza, qua, ra, sha, da. And those are the sounds of the Hebrew, the Lashawan, that holy tongue, the alphabets. Okay, I'm gonna go over the sounds again. Salaki, that means excuse me in the Hebrew. This is ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, tiza, qua, ra, sha, da. Okay, I'm gonna go for the sounds again. This is ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, tiza, qua, ra, sha, ta. And those are the sounds of the Lashawan, the holy tongue, alphabet. This is how you write it in the ancient. The Assyrian, with the Assyrian, the sounds remain the same. The characters change. It's just the sounds that change. I mean, it's the Salakia. The sound remains the same. The characters of the alphabets change. I'll go one more time. This is A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Kha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Tiza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Ta. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and erase that. Now I'm going to go ahead and write in the Assyrian. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Kha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, kwa, ra, sha, da. I know you're probably looking at some of these, you're like, okay, it's not written straight out. What is this? Okay, this right here, on the when it comes to the Assyrian on some of the alphabet they have double characters. The Assyrian, some of the alphabets, like I said, have double characters. This first character is always used in the beginning or the middle of a word. This second character is always used at the end of a word. I'm going to do some vocabulary words to show you how to use these these double alphabets in a second after I get done going over the alphabets. But like I said, these are double characters. This first character is used in the beginning or the middle of a word. The second character is used at the end of a word. So I'm going to go over the sounds again. Like I said, the sounds remain the same. The characters of the alphabets change when it comes to the Assyrian. The Assyrian is during the Assyrian captivity. It came after the ancient. It's like a bastardized version of the ancient when it comes to writing the Lashawan. This is what the so-called Jewish man likes to write in. They like to write in the Assyrian. I'm gonna go ahead and sound it out for you. This is ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, kwa, ra, sha, da. And those are the sounds of the Lashawan. Like I said, if you do need a chart, go ahead and put it in the comment board so I can send you a chart to your messenger. It's not a problem. But if you do need one and you are on YouTube, put your email in and I'll send it to your email so you can work on it at home. But the Assyrian, it does have double characters on some of the alphabets. Not all, but just a couple alphabets like the ka. Notice there is another sound that's similar, but you got to remember this is a cha. When you see that chaa, this is a cha, but this is a ka. When you hear that ka, this ka has a double character. But so you might see this or this. If you see this is at the end of a word, this is a ka. That's the only time you're gonna see this at the end of a word. But this is a ka though as well. Like my name, if I was going to spell my name, just an example, that's how you would say my name, Kapar, of course, huh? Right? But then when I would write it out, because that first C is in the beginning of my name, I'm going to use that first C when I'm writing out my name. So I'm going to go Ka, then I'm going to go Pa, because this Pa is in the middle. Remember, the pa is a double character too as well. But because the pa is in the beginning, I'm going to use this one because it's in the beginning or the middle of a word. If my pa was at the end, my name was Kapa, I would use this at the end. But instead, my name is Kapa, so I would use that first. I would use that first pa. I use that first ka, pa. And of course the Ra. So that's how I would spell my name. And of course both of these are double characters. And they're both in the beginning and the middle of the word. Since they're both in the beginning and the middle of the word, I use the first characters of those alphabets. If they were at the end of the words, then I would use the second characters. But I'll go into that once I do a little more vocabulary for you. Go to the sounds again. It's ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, kwa, ra, sha, ta. And those are the sounds of the Lashawan. It's the greatest alphabets in the world. Your alphabet, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Okay, I'm going to go over the sounds again. Remember, this is the Lashawan, the Holy Tongue in the Assyrian alphabet. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, kwa, ra, sha, ta. So, where some of y'all heard these other names, like, oh, they had J, like you hear Jehovah and all that stuff. You look at the alphabets in the Hebrew, there wasn't any J's. As you can see, there wasn't any J's. So, when, you know, Jay-Z can be Jehovah. Everybody be getting all mad and all biblical. Oh, Jay-Z, talking about his name. Yeah, let him be Jehovah. That ain't like his Yahweh Shai's name. It's not like he's professing to be his, because that's not even his name. He was even a smart man to even go with it. He was like, I'm going to run with it, because if they knew anything, they would know there wasn't J's back then. Look at the Hebrew alphabet. There wasn't any J's back then. So that shouldn't bother anybody when you hear that J. It wasn't even in there. So when you scream out Jesus, and you be thinking, that wasn't even his name. That was just the name that they gave him. Because when you go into the alphabet, the Hebrew alphabet, you don't see that at all. So it's a good thing to always go back into the history and do your studying, man. Come into these classes so you can learn your history and your alphabets. You know, we have awesome classes throughout the week. A lot of our classes go through Monday through Saturday. We have classes on Tuesday from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. That's a brotherhood class. We have a Wednesday class from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m., which is a law class. And then we have a Thursday class from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m., which is a scripture breakdown class. All the classes are awesome, but if you want to get in here and you want to get some great information, you want to, you know, get some questions answered, you got Thursday is like one of the best days to call. Chat in. I didn't say call in. It's not a hotline. It's like you chat in. So, and then Friday, which we have a language class where you learn your language. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. A language that is forgotten to you, you know. And then you have, you know, as you know that this the Sabbath starts from sundown Friday evening till sundown Saturday evening. But our service starts from 10 a.m. Saturday morning till 12 p.m. Saturday evening. Afternoon. Salaki. That means excuse me in the Hebrew. So there's a lot of awesome classes that you can attend. You know what I'm saying? It's unlike all these other services. You know, we ain't got to mention the Christian church. You know what I'm saying? That doors only open when they need their collections. But these doors are always open for information, for you to become a better person, a refuge away from the world, so you can get good information. So you can find out that you're more than that thug or prostitute and all these other things. You can find greatness. That's why I say you can find refuge, because this is a place where you can go in rough and come out shining, man. But this is a beautiful place to be at. Trust me. You want to get? We have schools throughout the United States and in some other countries. So you know, if you are watching, you might want to tap in. I say tap in. You know, just get with somebody, whatever state you're in. Trust me, if you put in ISUBK, whatever state, we have a school there, so you can get in with the brothers and the sisters over there. Start talking to them, man. These are great people, you know, and that can lead you in the right direction. But let me go ahead and go back over the sounds again. This is Abba Gada Hawaza Chata Yaka Lama Nasa Ipa Tiza Rashata. And those are the sounds of the Holy Tongue. This is the Assyrian characters. This is in the Assyrian. When you write out, when it's written out, because I write in the ancient in the Assyrian. I don't know how to say it like that. It sounded weird. But I'm gonna go ahead and erase this. I'm gonna go ahead and do some vocabulary so you can see some words and see how I use these double characters. And see how I write in the ancient as well, because I am going to write it out in the ancient. So you can see how it's written. Slide. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. The first word is come. The word for come in the Hebrew is ba'ah. Excuse how I wrote it. This sound looks retarded, but work with me. Ba'ah. He said, this is work with me. All right. The next word is command. The word for command in the Hebrew is taza wa. Taza wa is how you would write command in the Hebrew. I mean, say command in the Hebrew. That means excuse me. The next word is commandment. The word for commandment in the Hebrew is ma taza wa. Ma taza wa. Salakia. Ma taza wa, that's how you would say commandment. The next word is companion. The word for companion in the Hebrew is cha bar. Cha bar is how you say companion in the Hebrew. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. First word is come. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it in the sound it out in the Hebrew is ba'ah. I'm going to start writing in the ancient first. So I'm going to start with the ba. Then I'm going to write out the ah. Okay? Now I have to bring the sounds alive, right? When you see because there's characters that, I mean, there's certain things that go under this when you write in the ancient. When you write in the ancient, you're going to see this right here. How I wrote it, ba, these sounds are singular. So this is a singular sound, so I'm going to put it like this, ba and the ah. This is how I wrote it, ba and the ah. That's why I wrote it so you can sound it out. That's how you would write it because it makes those sounds singular. If I put those, if I put the connector over it, it would be ba. If I put the connector, because it brings both the sounds together, it would be ba. How you say that? That's how you would say that. But I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian. In the Assyrian, you don't have to use the connector. There are no connectors. You just write it straight out. So you're going to write out the ba. Oops, lucky. Now I'm writing in the ancient talking about the Assyrian. You're going to write out the ba. Remember, if you have a chart in front of you, you would know what the ba looks like. You're going to write out the ba, and you're going to write out the ah. Just like that. The next word is command. The word for command is tazawa. So we're going to go right back to the ancient. So first you're going to write the taza. Taza. Now I'm going to write the wa. And I'll put the ah and the ha and the ha. Okay, now I'm going to see how it's written is the tizah, singular, tizah, and then the wa and the ha put together. We're going to put the connector on it to make tizah. That's how you would write that in the ancient. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. Remember, the tizah is a double character in the Assyrian. Since the tizah is in the beginning of the word, you're going to write the first character of the tizah. The tizah, the wa, and the ha. I'll tell you right that. Salakia, let me go check something real quick. Salakia. What's that? Okay, now I'm on the next word. The next word is commandment. The word for commandment in the Hebrew is ma tizawah. Now we're going to start it out. I'm going to write it in the ancient first. So we're going to write the ma, right? That's the ma, the tizah, the wa, and the ta. Now let's bring that sound together. Ma is singular. The tizah is singular. The wa and the ta put together, connect those. Wa. That makes wa when you connect them. That's how you write that in the ancient. Now I'm gonna go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian. Remember, in the Assyrian, you don't have to do the connectors, but there are double characters in the Assyrian, so don't get confused. So we're going to go ahead. The words commandments, the word for commandments in Hebrew is ma tizawah. So remember, the ma is a double character. And since it's in the beginning of the word, you're going to write the first character of the ma. So that's ma. Remember, the tizah is a double character as well. Since it's in the middle of the word, Salaki and my big body's in front of it. Since it's in the middle of the word, you're going to write the first character of tizah. Tizah, and then wa and tha. So you write that. The next word is companion. The word for companion is chabar. So you're going to write the cha, the ba, and the ra. Oh, I forgot to write it out in Salaki. I gotta write it out in the ancient first. The cha, the ba, the ra. Now we're gonna bring it to life. The cha singular and the ba and the ra put together makes bar. Chabar. Now I'm gonna go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian. Okay, the first word is come. The word for come in Hebrew is ba'ah. This is how you write ba'ah in the ancient. This is how you write ba'ah in the Assyrian. The next word is command. The word for command in the Hebrew is tazawah. This is how you write tazawah in the ancient. This is how you write tazawah in the Assyrian.
What's going on, people? Class, what's up?
Yeah, they will. Yeah. Why you gonna drop them off tonight?
Okay, alright.
Anyway, the next word is tizawah. The word for tizawah, slaki. Slaki. The next word is commandment. The word for commandment is ma tizawah. This is how you write ma tizawah in the ancient. This is how you write ma tizawah in the Assyrian. The next word is companion. The word for companion is chabar. This is how you write chabar in the ancient. This is how you write chabar in the Assyrian. The next word is congregation. The word for congregation in the Hebrew is I da. I da is how you would say congregation in the Hebrew. The next word is conquer. The word for conquer in the Hebrew is ma na tazah. Mana tazah is how you say conquer in the Hebrew. The next word is counselor. The word for counselor in the Hebrew is why tazah. Why tazah. The next word is cow. The word for cow in the Hebrew is pa ra. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write down the ancient and in the Assyrian. Okay, write out the I, and then the da, and then the ha. All right, let's put together. The I is singular, and the da and the ha connected. It makes I da. That's how you would write that in the ancient. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. So that's the I, the da, and the ha. That's how you write I da in the Hebrew. The next word is conquer. The word for conquer is, in the Hebrew is malatizah. Now we're going to write it out in the ancient first. Ma na tizah and cha. All right, we're going to put it together. Ma na tizah. That's how you would write that in the ancient. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. The ma is a double character. Since it's in the middle, the beginning of the words, you're going to write the first character of the ma. The na is the double character. Since it's in the middle of the word, you're going to write the first character of the na as well. The tizak is also a double character. Since it's in the middle, you're going to write the first character of the tizak. Tizah, salakia, tizah. And then the cha. The next word is counselor. The word for counselor is Yahweh Tizah. I'm going to write it out in the ancient. I'll write the Yah. And then the Y and the I. and the tizah. I'll bring together the y and the y and the I is connected, and the tizah is singular. That's how you would write y tizah. That's how you would write that in Hebrew. Now in the ancient. Now I'm gonna go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian. So y I and the tizah. Since the tizah is at the end, at the end of the word, you're gonna write the second character of the tizah. The next word is cow. The word for cow in the Hebrew is parah. Now I'm going to go ahead and write parah in the ancient, and I'm going to write it in the Assyrian. First I'm starting the ancient. So the pa, the ra, and the ha. I'll put together the pa singular, the ra, and the ha. That's how you write parah in the ancient. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. The pa is double characters. Since it's in the beginning of the word, you're going to write the first pa. Pa, ra, ha. Okay. The first word is congregation. The word for congregation in the Hebrew is Idah. This is how you write Idah in the ancient. This is how you write Idah in the Assyrian. The next word is conquer. The word for conquer in the Hebrew is ma na tazak. This is how you write ma na tazak in the ancient. This is how you write ma na tazak in the Assyrian. The next word is counselor. The word for counselor in the Hebrew is Yahweh tazah. This is how you write Yahweh tazah in the ancient. This is how you write Yahweh tazah in the Assyrian. The next word is cow. The word for cow in the Hebrew is parah. This is how you write parah in the ancient. This is how you write parah in the Assyrian. The next word is create. The word for create in Hebrew is bara. The next word is cry. The word for cry in the Hebrew is tizah ra. The next word is curse. The word for curse in the Hebrew is arar. Arar is how you say cuss. The next word is cut. The word for cut in Hebrew is ka ra. Karat, that's how you would say cut in the Hebrew. I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the ancient first. Write out the ba and the ra. Put Singular, singular, ba and the ra. That's how you write that in the ancient. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. Next word is cry. The word for cry is tizarah. I'm going to start off writing it in the ancient. The tizah, the ra, and the cha. We'll bring together tizah, ra. That's how you write that in the ancient. Now I'm going to go ahead and write in the Assyrian. The tizah is a double character. Since the tizah in the beginning of the word, you're going to write the first character tizah. That tizah, ra. That's how you write that in the ancient. The Assyrian. Salaki. The next word is curse. The word for curse is arar. I'm going to start off writing in the ancient. So it's ra. Oops. I don't know where I got the ancient and the Assyrian twisted. That's nice. Happy. Rar. That's how you write that in the ancient. That's how you write that in the Assyrian. The next word is cut. The word for cut is kara. Ra. So singular. So you write kara. I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian. The ka is a double character. So I'm going to write out the first ka because it's in the beginning of the word. The ka, the ra, ra. Kara. That's it. The first word is create. The word for create is bara. This is how you write bara in the ancient. This is how you write bara in the Assyrian. The next word is cry. The word for cry in the Hebrew is tizarah. This is how you write tizarah in the ancient. This is how you write tizarah in the Assyrian. The next word is curse. Curse. The word for curse is arar. This is how you write arar in the ancient. This is how you write arar in the Assyrian. The next word is cut. The word for cut is karath. This is how you write karath in the ancient. This is how you write karath in the Assyrian. And the next word is darkness. The word for darkness in Hebrew is chashach. Chashach is how you say darkness. Next word, daughter. The word for daughter in the Hebrew is ba-na. Banat. Next word is day. The word for day in the Hebrew is Yawam. Yawam is how you would say day. The next word is debt. Debts. The word for debts is Cha. Wab. Kawab. Wab. Kawab. Wab. That's how you would say debt. Next word is deep. The word for deep in the Hebrew is Ta. Ha. Wam. Tahawam. I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. First word is darkness. The word for darkness is chashat. So I'm starting off writing cha. Cha. And then the sha. And the cha. So cha. Cha, sha. So you write that in the Hebrew. So you write in the ancient. The cha is at the end of the sentence, so you're going to write the second version of the ka if you write when you're writing in the Assyrian. Next word is daughter. The word for daughter is banah, so you can start off writing the ba, the na, and the ta. I'll put together ba and na. Now I'm going to write it out in the Assyrian. Ba, the na is a double character. Since the na is in the middle, you're going to write the first character of the na. That's how you write that in the Assyrian. The next word is day. The word for day is yawam. You start off writing the ya, the wa, and the ma. Now you can put together the ya and the wam. That's how you write that. And the ma is a double character when you write it in the Assyrian. So you're going to write the second character of the ma. The next word is debt. The word for debt is kawabwa. So you're going to start off writing the cha, the wa, the ba, the wab, kawab, the wa again, and the ta. I put together the cha singular, the wa connected, the wa connected. So you write that in the ancient. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. The next word is deep. The word for deep is tahawam. You can start off writing the ta, the ha, the wa, the ma. And you can put together the ta is singular, the ha is singular, the wa and the ma put together will make wam. I'm going to write in the Assyrian. The ma is a double character as well. Since it's at the end of the word, you're going to write the second character of the ma. The first word is darkness. The word for darkness is chashak. This is how you write kashak in the ancient. This is how you write kashak in the Assyrian. The next word is daughter. The word for daughter is banah. This is how you write banath in the ancient. This is how you write banath in the Assyrian. The next word is day. The word for day is yawam. This is how you write yawam in the ancient. This is how you write yawam in the Assyrian. The next word is debt. The word for debt is kawabwaf. This is how you write kawabwaf in the ancient. This is how you write Kawab in the Assyrian. The next word is deep. The word for deep is the Hawam. This is how you write the Hawam in the ancient. This is how you write the Hawam in the Assyrian. Next word, deliver. The word for deliver in the Hebrew is ha to the y'all. Ha to the y'all. Next word, descent. Descend, Slakia. The word for descend in Hebrew is Yarad. 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 The next word, destroy. The word for destroy in the Hebrew is Abad. Abad is how you say destroy in the Hebrew. The next word is dictionary. The word for dictionary in the Hebrew is Ma Lam Wan. The next word is die. The word for die in the Hebrew is Ma Wath. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it out in the ancient and in the Assyrian. The first word is delivery. The word for deliver is ha to the y'all. So we're going to start off with the ha, the tizah, the ya, and the la. So the ha is singular, right? The tizah is singular. The ya and the la connected. That's how you write that. Now I'm going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. Ha. The tizah is a double character. Since it's in the middle, you're going to write the first character, the tizah, right? The ya and the la. That's how you write that in the Assyrian. The next word is descend. The word for descend in the Hebrew is yarad. Yarad. So you start off with the ya, and then you write ra, and then you write the da. Now put it together. The ya is singular, and the ra and the da are connected. It makes rod. So you write that in the Assyrian. I'm going to go ahead and write it in the Assyrian. The ya, the ra, and the da. That's how you write your rod in the Assyrian. The next word is destroy. The word for destroy is abad. Start off writing the then you write the ba, and then you write the da. Now put together the is singular, and the ba and the da are connected, makes ba. That's how you write that in the Assyrian. I'm writing the ancient. That's how you write in the ancient. Now I'm writing the Assyrian. Salaki means excuse me in the Hebrew. The next word is dictionary. The word for dictionary is malawam. Ma la wam. Now we're gonna write it out in the ancient. You write the ma, the la, the wa, and then wa and the na. So we put together the ma, la, wam. That's how you write that in the ancient. I'm writing in the Assyrian. The ma is a double character. So since it's in the beginning, you're gonna write the first character of the ma, the la, wa, and the na is also a double character. You write the second character of the na. That's how you write that. The next word is die. The word for die in the Hebrew is ma wa. All right, I'm gonna start off writing the ma, the wa, and the ta. Now we're gonna make the connectors. That's singular, and the wa and the ta is how you connect it. That makes wa, Salakia. Getting tongue tied. Now we're gonna go ahead and write it out in the Assyrian. The ma is a double character. The first character, you're gonna write the first character of the ma in that case. So that's the first character of the ma. Then you're gonna go wa, ta. The first word is deliver. The word for deliver in the Hebrew is ha tazayal. This is how you'd write ha tazayal in the ancient. This is how you write ha tazayal in the Assyrian. The next word is descend. The word for descend is yerad. This is how you would write yerad in the ancient. This is how you write yerad in the Assyrian. The next word is destroy. The word for destroyed is abad. This is how you write abad in the ancient. This is how you write abad in the Assyrian. The next word is dictionary. The word for dictionary is malawam. This is how you write malawan in the ancient. This is how you write malawan in the Assyrian. The next word is die. The word for die is mawaf. This is how you write mawaf in the ancient. This is how you write mawaf in the Assyrian. Well, that's my time. We'll see you next week. Hey, Shalom Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shabrak to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Elatah Bahasham Yahweh Shai to the sisters.